Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to my channel. Today we are going to look at the remote control of baking. The remote, what really controls baking? Now, to some persons, it's so minor, but those that know the act of baking, they understand that water is the remote control of baking. And before we continue, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you also enjoy this journey. Be a partaker of this great 100 days of bakery tips. Click the like button, subscribe. Having said that, let's go straight to the video. We are going to look at water and hydration. If you are using tap water, direct tap water, this is for those that the source of water is from the state. It's not really common in Nigeria anyway, but in some state in Nigeria, the state supply and distribute water. That water is very safe for drinking because it contains some element of chlorine that destroys almost all bacteria and microorganisms in the water. And guess what? Yeast is a microorganism. And so if you use the tap water directly in mixing, definitely you will hurt the yeast. I'm not talking about your borehole water at home and then you connect to your house, like in River State, in Akwa Ibom, in some parts of the country in Nigeria. You own your personal source of water. I'm not talking about that one. And so you need a good filtration system to be able to use this water. Filter it very good. Don't just use net to filter it. Look for something, there are smaller filtering, equipment that you can actually attach to your tap, and then it will make it very nice. It will remove the chlorine and enable you to use it successfully. If your water is not good and it affects the yeast, definitely your result will not be consistent. And if your result in terms of end product is not consistent, it will definitely affect the order. The order that come, you may not be able to meet up the demand. You may not be able to supply when other people place order. And that will affect the growth and profitability of your business, which is very, very crucial. Some people think that water is just to wet the flour, turn it to dough. No, water is very important. And in this video, we'll go deeper. Now, the next step we are going to look at is hydration percentage. When you are mixing, and today you mix a strong dough, tomorrow you mix a very nice pliable and soft dough. The next day you mix it watery. The next day you mix it then you are not, your result will not be consistent. But if every day you are able to mix consistent, the same texture of dough, I tell you, your bread will be very nice. The texture and everything will come out nice. And let me explain how you will achieve that. Now, if you're mixing and after adding everything, we'll come to mixing. 100 days. We'll come to mixing. So if you're mixing, you first of all use 90% of the water, okay? And then you hold back 5% so I use this to observe. Are you with me? So when you put everything and then you add your water that is let's say it's supposed to be 100 liters. For example, 100 liters. So you first of all add 95 to the bowl and mix. You hold back 5%, okay? 5 liters. 90 liters to the dough, 5 liters, hold back and observe. Now, some flour will take more water, some will take less. So when you use the 95%, some flour, it will just be okay. It will just be okay and give you a very nice pliable dough. Very nice, soft, pliable dough. Now, there are those flour that with this 95, the dough will still be somehow strong. And so you add the 5% to balance it. So if you just bought the flour, maybe a new brand that you want to try, hold back 5%, add 95, observe. At a point, you pause the mixing, stop the mixer, feel the texture, touch the dough, feel the texture. If it is too strong, then you apply the remaining 5%. If it is not too strong, you feel that the texture is very okay, then there is no need for this one. Another thing that can also determine the profitability of your bread, this water can affect your profit. Let me explain. If the flour is capable of taking 100 and you use 90 or 95, and then you mix a very strong dough, you bake, the bread may come out well, not really, because the water quantity that is short from the mixing is not much. So the bread may come out nice, it may look nice, then, but the problem is that the number of loaves will be reduced, thereby affecting your profit. You see it? So there is need for you to master water percentage, the hydration level, okay, to know the right quantity. Those that just fetch in buckets and siphon it in the mixing, and you're making a very big mistake, because you don't actually know the accurate quantity that is required for your baking. Let's look at the next step so that we go deeper and have a better understanding on the role of water and how to use it during our baking. Look at it. If you're having a very hot weather, that means it's sunny, the day is very sunny, the temperature is high, beloved brothers and sisters, you can use either cold water or block. Now, I recommend cold water if you're mixing between 5 kg to 10 kg, 15 kg, you can use cold water. The reason is that during mixing, the spiral mixer creates a friction between the walls of the mixer and the flour. You know, there are 3 steps or layers: the walls of the mixer, the flour at the middle, and then the spiral mixer rotating. That rotation creates a friction that generates heat. Now, most of you don't bother touching to feel the temperature of your dough. That is a very big mistake, because if the dough is hot, it can lead to overrise. You know, while you are still mixing, the mixing is not okay. The dough will start to rise inside the mixer. That will give you a very inappropriate, abnormal dough. It may not be smooth, your bread will not look smooth, and everything will not go well. So you have to observe it closely. So on any day that, or if you are living in any area that, any part of the world that you are having a very hot weather, beloved, if you are having a very hot weather, go with ice block or cold water. Now, this is how you use it. If you're mixing from 5 kg, between 5 kg to 15 kg of flour, just use cold water. But if you're mixing from 20 kg to 50 kg at a time, beloved, use ice block, and then you use the 5% hold back method. That means the quantity of water that you are using should be around 95%. Then this 5% you hold back and observe the heat, the temperature of your dough. So if it is too hot, you just be dropping little by little to calm the dough. One of the benefits of this is that it makes the dough smoother. It controls the proofing rate. That way you'll be able to relax, cut, mold, and pan without over-rising. Another thing is that it actually makes your dough relaxed. Okay, so it's not bad if you're using cold water or ice block. It depends on the weather of the day. So if the day, now another thing that you should know, there's nothing wrong in using normal room temperature for water for your mixing, but you should also observe the weather. Get it clear. Now, most people, you just buy ice block and use because someone said, the one who gave you recipe or trained you, told you that we use ice block to mix. In this class, you just discovered that you don't just use the ice block or cold water. It must be in response to the weather of that day. Okay, the weather of that day will tell you whether you use a very cold water, almost block, or you use ice block, or you just a little bit cold, or you will use room temperature water to mix. You can see how vital water is to baking. And so you can see that water is not just something we just pour in, turn into the flour and then mix. It determines the softness, the smoothness, a lot of things. It acts as a binding agent. And so you must know how to use it correctly. Subscribe for day 4. Don't forget to click the like button. If you need recipe, that is our business. That is our work. We write good recipe, formulate good recipe for you. If you need a business plan, we can also write a business plan for you. If you want us to train your boys, we are ready. We train either in your bakery or you come to our bakery or we do it online. God bless you. See you in day 4.